a city that was founded with joy, and a nation that was granted every blessing lived in it. But in the history of humankind, it was a land where sins were not hidden, rather, they were committed openly. The crime of this nation was so unique that nothing like it had ever been recorded in human memory. Allah did not approve of their ways. And then the decree of Allah descended, and in a single moment the entire nation, along with its dwellings, was overturned, becoming an example of warning until the day of judgment. This was the nation of the people of Prophet Lot, and this flourishing city was Sodom and Gomorrah. Between present-day Jordan and Palestine stood these two famous cities, Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom was a city where both springs and gardens existed in the land. The crops were so abundant that people never imagined the land could ever object to their deeds. The clusters of dates were soft, the fruits were plentiful, and even the water of the land was sweet. But their hearts, unlike the sweetness of the land, slowly hardened. At first their sins were individual. "Your smile is very beautiful," one chief said while smiling. "This is a new path. There is pleasure in it." And then this desire became a habit and a social attitude among the people. Sin was no longer just an act, it became part of their culture. People would come out of the darkness of night and make open decisions in gatherings, dismissing the commands Allah had revealed. Far away in the city of Babylon, Allah's prophets Abraham and his nephew Lst were delivering Allah's message to people. Then, by Allah's command, they migrated. Lst was the first to believe in Ibrahim. This means they were joined not only by blood but by the journey of faith. The Quran says that Allah saved both of them and brought them to the land which He had blessed for all worlds, meaning the region of Sham, Greater Syria. Ibrahim stayed in one city, and Lst was sent by Allah to another settlement named Sodom, where he was appointed as a prophet to guide the people. Prophet Lt's arrival in Sodom, when he entered that city, filled with lights and colors, his heart trembled strangely. Before his eyes were caravans of trade, tall buildings, the scent of amber and silk in the markets, and the lush greenery waving in the fields. Everything testified to Allah's blessings. But as he walked among the people, their smiles slowly disappeared from his face. Because what he saw was not merely sorrow, it was a terrifying reality. These were people who had abandoned the natural disposition Allah had created and made their desires their God. Men had turned away from women and inclined toward men, a sin never committed before in human history, according to the Quran. They committed this evil not secretly but openly. Their gatherings were filled with shamelessness. Their streets, filled with indecency, close the door and bring the wine. And mistreatment of travelers had become routine. "Looks like he is alone. Come, let's take the fruit of his labor. In Sodom, the law is ours. Give us his belongings and I'll host you all tonight." The city that Allah had endowed with peace, provision, and beauty. Imagine on that very land people sat on roads harassing passers-by. "For God's sake, leave me." They would loot travelers, behave immorally with them, and proudly boast about these acts. The valley of blessings had become a field of sin. Prophet Lst's call. One day Prophet Lst came to his people and said, "My people, fear Allah, I bring you a message that holds your well-being." The young men laughed. "Well-being flows in the streets of our city. We never asked any prophet for it." Lst said, "Nations rise through faith, not through the height of their walls." The chiefs angrily replied, "We built these tall walls with our own hands. What is this thing you call faith?" Lst gently said, "When human nature is trampled, the lifespan of cities shortens." The people mocked, "Bring that punishment you warn us about." They thought Allah's words were just conversation, but they didn't know that Allah's word is a decree. For not one day, not 1 month, but for an entire era across generations. Lst called out in those same streets and markets, "Fear Allah. This act is against human nature. Leave this path. Return to Allah's mercy." But the response was always the same faces, the same taunts, the same arrogance. "This body is ours. We have authority over it. No one can stop us." For Lst, witnessing all this became mental torment and spiritual burden. Finally, he felt the same helplessness every prophet feels in the hardest moment of their trial. Prophet Lt's prayer, he turned to his Lord and spread his hands in supplication. "My Lord, help me against this corrupt people." And from here the winds of Allah's decree began to move. Angels visit Prophet Ibrahim. One day, Allah's angels came in human form as guests to Ibrahim. He welcomed them with respect and a smile, and immediately offered hospitality. But he noticed that the guests did not reach out for the food. A line of concern appeared on his face. The angels understood and said, "Do not fear, we are Allah's angels." Then they gave him the glad tidings of a son, Isaac. Ibrahim's heart filled with joy. After this, the angels announced their next mission. "We are going to a town drowned in corruption and shamelessness. There resides the Prophet Lst. We have been sent to destroy his people." Ibrahim, being full of mercy, pleaded that perhaps there was still a chance for guidance. But the decree had already been written. The time for guidance had ended. The angels left and went to Lst's house as human guests. The people surround the house.
As soon as news spread that Lot had guests. "Lot has guests. Come with me immediately." The people came running. Voices rose at the doors. "Open the door. We will welcome your guests ourselves." Lot tried to stop them with clear words, advising them, reminding them of Allah's fear. "Leave this place and do not harm my guests." The people screamed, "We have no interest in your preaching. Send those guests out." The angels revealed themselves. Then the angels disclosed their true form. They said to Lot, "Do not fear. We are Allah's angels. These people cannot harm you. Take your family, except your wife, and leave the city in the darkness of night. And do not look back. For at dawn we will destroy this people. When the people of mercy leave a land, that is where punishment begins. The punishment begins. When Allah's command arrived, the ground began to tremble. Houses started turning over. Run! Stones rained from the sky, marked stones. Each stone carried its target, its address, its criminal. Some narrations say Allah lifted the city from the earth's surface. Stones rained from every side. Neither tall palaces protected them, nor the strength of the chiefs, nor their wealth. People screamed and ran as all their arrogance and sins sank with them into the ground. Then came the moment when Allah overturned the entire city. Every street, every alley, every house turned upside down. The names of the cities vanished, the paths vanished, and the people vanished. But the event did not vanish, because Allah meant it to be a lasting lesson. Lesson for today. If you understood this incident, write in the comments what lesson you learned from the people of Lot. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends.